Welcome to my mayor's message of August 20th, 2020. I'm Mayor Ron Jensen. Let's start with a few COVID numbers and get those out of the way. When we take a look at the 7-day rolling average, we see case numbers are a bit spiky, but overall, they're a little bit better. What we did not show in the charts is the big numbers reported this week from Dallas and Tarrant counties due to a backlog of old cases from private labs. Dallas County added 5,000 cases to its count in one day, and Tarrant County added almost 1,200 cases in one day due to the backlog. These are all cases that are at least 30 days old. Due to the pandemic, Clear the Shelter at Prairie Paws will be a week-long tele-adoption event from August 25th to August 29th. Adoption fees are waived during this Clear the Shelter. Adoption applications and more information can be found at www.gptx.org/pause. We have scheduled another drive-through food distribution. This one will be held Friday, August 28th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Lone Star Park. If you want to volunteer to work the event, contact afortune@gptx.org. Through September 1st, we continue to offer free drive-through COVID-19 testing for people who live and work in Grand Prairie. Visit the city's website to see how to schedule an appointment. And this week, Rashad Jackson joined the city of Grand Prairie as a new planning director. Rashad graduated from UTA, my alma mater. He replaces Steve Norwood, who replaced Bill Crowley. Steve Norwood went to become the town manager of Trophy Club. Bill Crowley moved up to be one of our assistant city managers, but he just now retired to move down south to be with his family. So we've got a lot of changes. We introduced Bill Hills a few weeks ago. He replaced Bill Crowley, and now we're introducing Rashad Jackson, who is replacing Steve Norwood. So Rashad, tell us about your career highlights.
Well, first of all, thank you. Very appreciative for this opportunity. I started out as a planner, actually an architect intern for HKS. It's a fairly large firm. I worked there for 5 years and maneuvered my way into planning, and I worked as a planner at the city of San Angelo. There I was mentored by a senior planner who really helped me create a foundation of knowledge, but I felt like I needed to move on and get big city experience, so I went to San Antonio and worked as a planner there. I was over the San Antonio River Corridor. Great experience, new construction and development in historic districts, and transitioned my way back to the DFW Metroplex to be closer to family. So I worked in Forney. While I was in Forney, I was a senior planner there, and I obtained my certification in planning, AICP. So that was a great accomplishment for myself, and it extended my platform to where I could be Director of Development Services in the town of Sunnyvale. Stayed there for 5 years and helped build professional staff, updated the Unified Development Code there, updated the comprehensive plan, did impact fee studies, and all of that knowledge has led me here, and where I'm now the planning director for the city of Grand Prairie.
Why were you interested in Grand Prairie?
I like the direction the city is going. The culture, I understand that there's a very long tenured staff here. That says a lot. That tells you that there's a great culture here, and I want to be a part of it. I see there's a lot of growth still remaining to be done here, and my background, I believe, will lend itself well to helping make certain that everything is planned in accordance with the comprehensive plan and the goals of council and the citizens.
That's great. And what are your goals in your new position with us, Rashad?
My goal is to just continue to help the community grow as it is, looking at the comprehensive plan, looking at development along 161, 30, and 20, but helping to make certain that everything that is developed here is high quality, high-end development with considerations for developers and the residents.
Well, again, welcome to Grand Prairie. We look forward to working with you.
Great to be here.
For the past 13 years, 1/4% of our sales tax has been going to our crime control and prevention district. It's time to revote that. So on this November's ballot, we'll have an item on there for the crime control and prevention district setting aside and continuing the current quarter-cent sales tax, which raises about $9 million a year that goes specifically into our police department, which allows us to do things like community policing, buy equipment, add new officers. Since it's on the November ballot, you may have a hard time finding it. Just go through to the last page. Make sure you look at all of it. It'll be on the last page after the federal, state, and county items. That's the only election we have in November for the city, because all three of our current council members, they were up for re-election, are unopposed. So the only item for Grand Prairie is this quarter-cent sales tax, which we've been using since 2007, will be on the agenda again. In other news, the city's inclusion coordinator, Gerald Hodges, who we met during my mayor's message a few weeks ago, unveiled his new inclusion initiatives to the city council at our meeting this week. His plan has 6 parts, 3 internal and 3 external initiatives. Gerald, welcome.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Thanks for having me.
Tell us more about your internal initiatives to promote and celebrate inclusiveness and unity in the city employee family.
Absolutely. Our internal initiatives are those that help us to value all employees and also help our employees to value all residents. The first initiative that we have is the shared leadership. And we're going to find the informal leaders of all the work groups and allow them to provide feedback in a safe and accepting environment. And then the next one that we have is our Friendship Day. Friendship Day I'm really excited about because we're going to compensate employees for half a work day once a month to go and do community service within the city of Grand Prairie. This is going to build camaraderie with our employees. It's also going to allow residents to see the city serving on their behalf, further building the bond and creating advocacy within the city of Grand Prairie.
Those are all great. Now tell us about the external initiatives enhancing unity in the community.
We are excited about those. The first one being the one that you came up with, Mayor, the Ride Out program, where you will invite community leaders to come ride out with my brothers and sisters on the force. So they see the challenges, successes, and the relationships that they make in real time. The next program is our Wisdom Wednesday. We're going to interview a diverse group of individuals, 50 years and above, to memorialize their history, to see their challenges, and also to celebrate the progress we made and the many more steps that we need to go. Next, we have Unified Grand Prairie. Unified Grand Prairie is a program where from ages 13 to 21, and it's a 3-step program that we can adjust for the schedules of our city rec centers, our schools, and also different participant pools. This program, we're first going to do a roundtable discussion with our youth so we can hear their concerns, address their misconceptions. The second part, we're going to go to the municipal courthouse so they can see court procedures firsthand. And they're going to come to this very place, City Hall, and see the council chambers, where things that they might have initially thought needed to be a protest can be a phone call to one of the council members and be solved that way. And then last but not least, we'll go to the police station where they will do a mock traffic stop, see the memorial wall to see the sacrifices made on their behalf, and then get to eat pizza with police officers to get to know them as a person.
I like those. When will we get started on these?
Well, of course, COVID-19 is affecting a lot of us. And so we're looking at tentatively starting some of these towards the end of the year. And depending on how COVID goes, depends on the rollout for a lot of these programs.
How can people find out more about it?
People can find out more by emailing me at ghodges@gptx.org.
That's perfect, Gerald. This is all great news. Looking forward to working with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Until next week, stay safe, stay masked, be kind, and socially distance.